What new planet was discovered by NASA? What is our favorite appetizer? And where does Shang-Chi rank on our Marvel movie list? Well, we talk about all that and more on this episode of the Toddcast. Hello everyone and welcome to the Toddcast. As always, I'm your host, Todd McManus, and today is a very special episode because joining me for the 5th time in Toddcast history, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back Mr. John Wright. John, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me. Again
and again. So it's the 5th time.
Yeah.
And with this, now that I've been starting a new trend with past guests, I've been doing the icebreaker question, where I'll just ask a random question to my guest just to start off the conversation, just break the ice, So for you, it is a would you rather question. It is, would you rather be Batman or Iron Man? And with this, you assume the role of them, like the backstory, that, let's say Bruce Wayne, also known as Batman, of course, he dies somehow. The Joker finally gets him. Something happens, He's dead, and then in his will, it says all of my belongings are to be willed to John Wright.
Yeah.
That means you get Wayne Manor, you get Wayne Tech, you get the Wayne Tower.
Alfred.
Yeah. You get to basically just move in, and you get the Bat Cave and everything in it, all the Bat suits, the Bat car, the Bat jet, everything Bat, know. That basically John Wright is the new Batman, and the same role applies if you were to pick Iron Man, that you would wield all of Tony Stark's belongings, Stark Tower, that house he had in Monaco,
Yeah.
You get the underground parts, you get all the Iron Man suits, basically everything, and all the money from both of them as well, or from either one of them. You get everything of the belongings of either Bruce Wayne or Tony Stark. Also, if you pick Iron Man, they're most likely going to know, because that's the way Iron Man is. He's an Iron Man in the first movie.
Yeah.
And with Bruce Wayne, he's dead, but then they're like, oh, Batman's still around. You got to keep the mantle, and they don't know unless you somehow reveal it or a bad guy reveals it. So out of Batman and Iron Man, what are you thinking?
So I'm thinking Iron Man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you my reasoning.
All right.
Although I would look really cool in black, I don't think I could keep up with the, just being hard as Batman is.
Just a ripped dude in a suit.
Yeah. I mean, he's got some armored suit, but
like they want to use against Superman.
Yeah. Also, I'm not keeping any of the smarts either of these guys has. So I feel like Iron Man's got a little bit better technology to work with.
The nano suit.
Yeah, he absolutely is just on another level of smart, even though Bruce Wayne is richer.
Yeah. Basically money or cooler stuff, basically.
Yeah.
Which Tony Stark's
there's plenty of money.
Yeah. And you already got their stuff. Like, it's all paid for.
Yeah.
Like, you get Stark Tower. You can change it to John Tower or whatever you want,
But I do believe Tony Stark would be the better option, because I don't have to be as good of a physical shape as Batman. To wear those suits.
Oh yeah, like Stark, he did lift weights here and there, and he was in decent shape, but it's it's all the suit and just him moving and telling either Jarvis or Friday what to do.
And that nano suit can conform to my curves already. So I'd probably pick that.
Yeah.
Tony Stark also created a element to power his suits.
Yeah.
So you've already got your energy there that you need.
He also discovered how to do time travel in game and all that.
I basically don't have to do anything, but I can fly around in an Iron Man suit, and
he's got 50 to 60 of them too.
Yeah,
so if you want old school, the one he built in the cave, all the way to the nano suit,
I definitely think that would probably be my better option. As cool as Batman is.
Yeah. Because it's with Batman, you always see him fight all these bad guys, but he always doesn't want help, you know, like, and nobody knows who he is also.
Yeah.
So it's like, but with Iron Man, they know it's Tony Stark, but you always see he has Spider-Man or he has some Avenger there with him, you know. So it's like you got somebody to help you out, and just assuming that role, of course, you would probably be in the Avengers. Most likely, you would be inducted into the fold, you know.
Well, I mean, he did die, so
yeah,
it's,
you're
just the basically next, canon.
Yeah, like
I'm already Iron Man.
Basically, you know,
just gotta find that will.
You're right. Like, I'm probably in the same boat as you. Like Iron Man, like, because I've thought of this. It was actually, I think, the question last week that I had from the public was, would I have a bunker full of his suits, or would I have Wolverine's powers of immortal and claws?
I don't know. I might pick Wolverine.
I did pick Wolverine. Because it's like, you can get rich and have a bunker full of Iron Man suits. Yeah. But when you think about it, and like a lot of people don't want to live forever. You know, there's like I always see those people like, I don't want to have the technology to live forever. But then again, if you live forever, you can technically make more money if you're looking at it that way. Yeah. You know.
The only thing is with Wolverine, he was only immortal until the military did those experiments on him and put adamantium in his skeleton. Yeah. And that started poisoning him. So when you see like the Logan movie, he's
that's
being
why
poisoned.
He was dying.
That's why he was dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
If I
maybe.
Yeah, if I could somehow get just the metal claws without being poisoning, I mean, that's the best situation there. I mean, the dude was already like 600 years old or something, you know, because it was like the start of that X-Men Origins movie was in like the 14. They were like witch hunting. Yeah. You know, and then he served in like every American war since then. So, but yeah, like, to answer this question, I think Iron Man is the better option. And it's basically agree. Like, who's like the number one Iron Man villain? Like, he has a lot of little villains.
In the comic books, I want to say it was the Mandarin.
Yeah. So like, do you want to fight the Mandarin or do you want to fight the Joker?
I don't know. Joker's more psychological. Like, he's going to tear you down mentally.
Yeah, but if you're Batman, you got to have that. You got to be able to have that tough will that Batman has.
But I don't know. Joker can make a pencil disappear.
He is a magician. He is. So with all that being said, now let's talk about food. Now I'm actually going to Google this. That way I actually get it correct. Sonic Drive-In, my favorite place, of course, has these new slushes that are new. Well, correct. That's what that means. Yeah. I don't know. They're supposed to be like wine flavored for some reason. I don't know.
Is it like a cooler or is it a wine? It's like, you know, have like a rosé, Chardonnay wine.
I can actually just look on the app. Well, one of them. Okay, let's see here.
I'm barely 21. I don't know anything.
They have
alcohol.
They have peach Bellini slush. Strawberry frosé slush, and then a red berry sangria.
Okay.
And none of them have alcohol, of course.
I don't know if I would try any of those, but if I did have some alcohol to put into them,
it'd probably be pretty good. Honestly.
I might do that
because I just used the flavoring, like peach Bellini slush flavor, and then they just put the slush into it, the ice part. You know,
that target audience might be college students and middle-aged women. To be honest.
I mean, you're not wrong. I do believe that. And like, I haven't had them yet. I saw them because I had Sonic for lunch today, believe it or not.
Oh gosh.
I mean, you can't go wrong with the chicken basket, you know.
You can't.
And I had it, and I saw it, and it, you know, it'll come across the screen. It shows you like making them in the back and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, no. And then because there was like the peach one is just the peach flavor and the slush, and the other two, the sangria and the frosé, have real strawberry fruit in it. Like, you can actually like look at it and see it, you know. But I ain't gonna try them. I mean, I might, you know, like, I like strawberry flavored stuff. I'm not a big peach guy. Yeah. But like strawberry, and I don't know what sangria tastes like, but It might be good.
You know, have you ever seen the like the big jugs of like glass jugs that are filled with wine? They're like, a good foot and a half large. Yeah. Those are normally sangria, and it's a college girl drink.
I've heard,
if I've ever seen one. That and White Claws. I never enjoyed it for sure, but I don't like wine, so
yeah. I honestly don't think I've ever tried wine. Like, I've had to speak about alcohol. I've tried alcohol in here.
Yeah.
As soon as I was like 21, I did back in March. I tried the Mike's Harder lemonade. I did 5 different flavors, and it was a little bit of an act afterwards, of course, because I tried to put on a normal episode after trying 5 different flavors, and
now, did you just try them, or did you?
I drank half of each one of them.
Okay.
So basically, out of 5, I drank 2.5 cans.
Now, what you should have done, you drink half of each one, and then you pour all of it into one. And then you drink that and give your review on that.
Now, what do I rate this combination of like green apple, lemonade? Like, I mean, they were good, but it's weird how it does it to you.
Yeah.
Where it's like the more you drink, the better it tastes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like because to me personally, I'm not an alcohol flavor guy.
Yeah.
The alcoholic part of it is not like I need something that has more. The flavor has to overpower the alcohol itself because I'm like, oh, this ain't good,
Exactly.
But it's like I was trying after I got to like the 5th one, I was like, I could taste the cranberry in this one, the green apple, and I was like, man, this is just like a juice or something,
And they say it's an acquired taste, and I
feel like
acquired
one. Well, it's like each different version of alcohol is its own acquired thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I also have tried moonshine on this, and that was god awful.
It is
because that's like that. Your car can run off of that. I think
you need to try some of those flavored moonshines. I think they have it. I went to a place in Missouri. Speaking of which, I just went on another trip. But I went to this place in Missouri that they had like 10 different flavored moonshines. I think one of them was like pickle juice moonshine.
Oh.
One of them was cherry moonshine. With it has like those cherries that you put on ice cream. Like
Maraschino
or something like that.
Yeah, and then you can like tie the knot in your mouth.
Yeah, had those full in the jar of moonshine.
So it was like soaking.
Yeah, so you eat those. You could eat like 3 and get drunk.
Moonshine
because the sugar absorbs all the alcohol. But they had coffee moonshine, which I don't know if I would dare mess with that.
Good Lord.
They had some really interesting flavors. But you should do a sampler of some moonshine. You might not be able to.
The only thing is that I would have to be like, all right, this is the last flavor. All right, good night, everyone. I have to end it at that. Yes. Yeah. So it's like, because afterwards, I remember, let's just say I don't remember half the things I said afterwards. Yeah. And that was like back in March. And like you can listen to it. I think it was like episode 61 or something. And that's the only episode so far where I've done a full episode. Because I will do another one for all of those listening too. Before the year ends, I'll do another one whole episode of just me reviewing drinks.
Yeah.
And it's hard not to pick alcohol because there's so many different flavors of like I did with Mike's Harder.
Yeah.
Or you can pick like, what has a bunch of flavors?
There's a bunch of those.
I mean, those
coolers. You got Mike's. You got
those.
Bud Light.
Bud Light seltzers. Yeah.
There's
and I can always try like normal Mike's Hard.
Truly's. I prefer Truly's because they're low carb. And there's like...
Oh, the flavor's good?
Well, so you've got a couple... like they've got boxes of like particular flavors. You got Truly Teas, and you've got like Truly Lemonades, like Truly Tropical. There's a couple of those. I prefer the lemonades and the teas. The lemonades are good cold, and the teas I can drink them hot. They're like they don't even taste like alcohol.
Yeah.
It just tastes like you're drinking a flavored tea.
Is it like it's not like sweet tea, but is it more like green tea or?
It's like a peach tea or I think they have like a lemon tea, something like that. But I took those to the beach with me, and I just didn't feel like carrying around a cooler full of ice, and so I was drinking those like in the 80 degree
lukewarm,
almost hotter than that, in the ocean, and it was absolutely wonderful. Yeah. I mean, it just tasted like I was drinking tea.
Yeah.
Can't imagine how they taste with ice, but
yeah.
Those are probably the best ones that I've had, especially with your like carb ratio. They're low carb, so they don't affect me.
Was that like for keto diet type stuff?
Well, diabetes.
Well, that too, of course.
But yeah, I mean,
it's like keto, if you do the keto, because I always knew the keto is like no carbs. I think.
Yeah.
So that's like your better option. Of course, is Truly. I need to try Truly, I guess. But because with me, it's like I don't want to buy like a box of one flavor and not like it. You know,
a box you're gonna have like a flavor group, and then it's gonna be like 5 flavors in the box. So
is it 24 or?
I think there's 12 in most boxes.
Okay.
I want to say. I wouldn't recommend trying anything except for the lemonades and the teas, because the tropicals and the original flavors are just like.
They're
It's almost tastes like drinking static, mixed with a little bit of alcohol, and it's not great. But I mean, there's plenty of others like Seagrams. Those are pretty sweet, but there's not a lot of alcohol in them. You can't taste the alcohol, so you're drinking fruit juice, really.
Yeah.
Maybe after 10, you might feel a little buzz. There's a bunch of seltzers.
Those are those little like 4 or 5 percenters out there. Yeah.
A Red's Apple Ale is a good.
I've tried it.
It's pretty good.
Because what I've done and what I just have to do is I have to go and just look around at a gas station.
Yeah.
To get singles of each flavor.
You should go to Brookshire's.
Okay.
So, not all Brookshire's, but like the bigger Brookshire's, and Super Ones, they'll have like a pretty large selection. I like to go to the Brookshire's, like North 18th.
Past ULM.
Yeah.
Is that one?
It's
closer to the bowling alley, or before you get there. It's on the right.
On 165.
Yeah. That's what
you could go there.
Like the one north, you know.
That one's on 165 though, but the one that's next to some small cakes. So it's like right.
Yeah. That's literally like turn left and you're look down the lane there and you're there. Yeah. I got you.
That is a really
I don't think I've ever been at that one.
They have like 4 aisles of alcohol, and you could just stay for hours.
I need to go to Brookshire's.
Yeah.
But yeah, like so Sonic's trying to do that now. They're trying to capture because we're in this time. You know, this is the time everybody's getting back into college. You're starting soon. I've already started back, and it's like let's get these freshmen. You know, that's all it is basically. So with all of that, speaking of a little bit about more Sonic, they've had many different limited edition items on the menu in the past many years that we've known of Sonic Drive-In. And each month is always a different thing, usually. Mm-hmm. Like right now are those wine slushes, and they also usually do, it's either like a blast or a drink, and then it's a food item. Mm-hmm. And this month is the grilled cheese burger.
Oh.
Which is a grilled cheese, of course, but instead you can get a hamburger patty, onions, and ketchup and mustard in it. But of course you can
might end up going there.
you can get a double of it too.
Oh wow!
And what I did is that I'm not big on like ketchup and mustard on there. What I did is just, of course, go on the app, remove that, and add bacon. It's a melt. Big old patty, a fast food Sonic patty melt.
I think you've got me sold on that.
I've already had one. I think I had one last week because I love a good patty melt. Like Whataburger's the best fast food patty melt I've ever had, and a Waffle House is like top of the line. Like it's a top tier patty melt for me. And I think I've had like a homemade one, and it's pretty good, you know. But you can't capture Waffle House grease. Yeah, like it's so like people like you can walk in and just
it's that bacon grease
just hits you right in the face, and you're like, oh, and then you eat it, and you're like, man, this is amazing, you know. But the Sonic one is good. But to ask you, because I think I have an answer to this, I think. What, in the past couple years, would you say is the most memorable to you or your number one most favorite limited edition item from Sonic?
I think it's probably my favorite and most memorable because I don't remember a single other one.
The pickle slush.
I forgot it until now.
Yeah.
But the pretzel dog, with like the pretzel dough bun, that was like something else for me. I don't know why, but I just love it. I love pretzels. Like, go to Auntie Anne's, and I'm just all for it. I think I dated a girl who worked at Auntie Anne's once, and she'd give me, like, their leftover pretzels. Golly, I gained 40 pounds in that relationship. Oh, it was so good. But those pretzel dogs, I really enjoyed.
So you're like a big pretzel bun guy, like even like a hamburger pretzel bun type deal?
You know, for hamburgers, I'm a little bit different. I like a jalapeno bun.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever like had a genuine pretzel bun on a hamburger though. I
think
I'd be down to try it.
The ones who always do it the most to me are Wendy's. It's usually like they had the pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger, which was like monster cheese, and like they had like beer cheese, and it was like, you know, it's the pretzel bun with like the cut line down the middle, and onion strings, all that kind of stuff. The chicken sandwich is better. No offense to Wendy's, but their chicken is way more better than their burgers, in my opinion. Like, I would much rather have a great chicken sandwich than a great hamburger, you know, because like a chicken sandwich to me, it can go above and beyond, you know. That's just me, you know.
Obviously, it depends on your seasonings, though.
Oh, yeah.
I think you can season chicken better than you can beef, like ground beef, and it still hold its like integrity. Like that spicy chicken sandwich from Popeyes.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, every day I think about that.
It's still like it was a total game changer. Yeah. I mean, it was
lines
total.
Out to the road. Oh my gosh.
Like it's every day. It's literally every day that I go through town. Either if I'm going there or if I'm just passing, it's all the way out to the road.
Yeah.
But I don't even know what mine would be. I mean, I remember those times they had those like ice cream blast cores.
Yeah.
I remember those. They had a cake batter slush before. Not a slush. A blast. The slush would be nasty.
Yeah.
But the blast. I remember not much food items. I remember the chicken slingers, the little ones. They used to be limited, but they made that an actual menu item.
The cookie dough blast used to be limited.
And it's like it's a full-time thing now.
Yeah, I remember being a kid and getting those, and you know, it'd be on for maybe like a year, and then they'd be like, "Yeah, we don't serve those anymore." When I'd come back for them, I'd be like, "What?" It's literally the best ice cream you have. I don't know what you put in that cookie dough, but it's crack.
Yeah, yeah, like it's real cookie dough.
Yeah, I used to love getting those, and then I found out it wasn't like a normal thing they had, and now they have it all the time.
Yeah, it's literally, it's on the app, it's on the full time menu.
Which I love that. I'll get those when I'm feeling a little saucy late at night.
Get that with the grilled cheeseburger.
I'm thinking about it.
So, because
might have to cut this podcast short.
So welcome back. We're back from Sonic. Because what was I going to say? Oh, I remember the time we went to Sonic and you got a Route 44 strawberry shake.
Which they didn't let me.
Which that was a struggle, I will tell you that. But
oh gosh.
Which I don't know why they don't do that. People would be sold if you could get a Route 44 blast or something, you know.
I did get diabetes shortly after that.
That was
It could have been.
It was a sign.
It could have been a contributing factor.
Apparently so.
Did we went to the trampoline park that day? I think.
Oh yeah. It was towards altitude, and then we went afterwards, and you were like, "I'm about to die. Give me a Route 44 strawberry shake." And I ordered, and they were like, "What?" And I said, "A Route 44 strawberry shake." And they were like, "Let me get the manager." And she come on there and was like, "We'll charge you for a large and a small." Is what it was. Yeah. And then you just like hollered out, "That's okay." And they brought it out, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And you're like, "I'm about to eat all this."
I had a feeling that I was the first person to ask for that.
Probably so.
First person to be out of my mind.
Yeah. Which I'm surprised nobody else has. Like, I would totally get like a Route 44 blast. Yeah. Like I probably wouldn't eat it all in one sitting.
The amount of calories and carbs in that.
Oh yeah.
It's just
because my favorite's the M&M from Sonic. Like it's top tier. Blast, of course, but. So, with that being all of that said, talking a little bit more about food, what would you say, I actually heard this question like a couple days ago, What would you say, out of all the restaurants and places you've eaten at, what would be your favorite appetizer? Like, whenever you go to a restaurant and you look at the menu and you look out under the appetizers, what is, like, that one thing that would stand out to you where you're like, man, I could go for this? Like, for me, I love mozzarella sticks, of course. And there's some places that have like that light breading on them, you know, and it's like you can get either marinara or ranch or whatever you prefer. And then there's like always good, which I just thought about it, which honestly, like Olive Garden breadsticks, they're not really an appetizer. They're like how Texas Roadhouse is with rolls and how Red Lobster biscuits are. Yeah. Like that's just your bread, if you will.
I don't know what tier that would be on, but it's something.
Well, it's also like your chip and dip at Mexican restaurants.
Or like Chili's.
Yeah. But like the appetizer, like that would something made on a sampler, you know, something like a Chili's, an appetizer technically, or those little burgers. Yeah. And the sampler, like if it can come on a sampler, like wings. Sometimes there's wings, you know. So
that's actually what I get when I go to Chili's. I forget what it's called. It's like the
sampler plate or just the wings.
No, it's a sampler plate. I go to Chili's way too much. I love to Chili's. Forget this.
Their hamburgers are good to me.
But I'll get their the Big Mouth bites. It's like 2 little burgers. I'll get some buffalo wings and I'll get some fried pickles.
Oh, that's
And just it's a good mixture of things.
Like I don't like pickles, but fried pickles are done when they're done good. They're good.
I love fried pickles, which that is actually my answer.
Fried pickles.
Yeah, but I've been chasing a dream. So, I go to every restaurant looking to see if they have fried pickles. Because I went to one restaurant, and I can't remember which restaurant it was, that had fried pickle spears.
Oh.
And
like just the whole spear.
Whole spear. And it was the best thing I've ever had in my entire life. And I can't find it. I'm going to actually probably start making them myself. Because it was so delicious. And nobody does it. Nobody thinks to do it.
Yeah, they all just do the slices.
Yeah.
Because I think I've had some from Texas Roadhouse before, and they're pretty good.
I mean, I've had them from any restaurant I've been to, and I'm looking for an appetizer. That's what I go for.
It's fried pickles.
But I just wish I could find this. Oh my gosh,
the fried.
They were so good. I can't equate them to anything. It's like a floor up from regular fried pickles, not even a step up.
Like you just need a whole bowl full of them things.
Oh my gosh,
basket on basket, and
especially with some like really good seasoning. You know, like put some Tony's on it or something. Oh my gosh, I have dreams of that.
Spicy fried pickles.
Oh yes.
Yeah. And see, to me, it's like you can always go and get like I've known people. I think I've actually done just get the samplers of the meal, of course. Yeah, like you said with like Chili's. Yeah, because it's like you add 3 or 4 appetizers, and that's just your whole meal. Like
and it's like the cheapest thing you can get there.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be an appetizer, you know. But it's like you can't really order a sampler and have it as an appetizer, then order your meal unless you're like with 10 people or something, you know. Yeah. And like sharing the Big Mouth bites or the wings or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But to me, you go like there have been places. It's not many, honestly, that do the bloomin' onion.
Yeah,
which is good to me.
I
like
Outback, honestly.
Outback.
Yeah.
I think it's been a long time since I went to Outback. It's been a minute
since I've been there.
Because it's like Texas Roadhouse. I don't know if Walk-On's does one. I don't think they do. Because Walk-On's has some appetizers and they got pretty good food, but I don't really remember much of their appetizers. But yeah, like I don't think
I've ever been to Walk-On's.
You don't think?
I haven't been there.
I've been there like probably 4 or 5 times. It's good. Like they got good. They have like a lot of different stuff with the boom boom shrimp.
Yeah.
And I think I've gotten like boom boom shrimp tacos there before or something like that.
Normally when it comes to picking restaurants like that, it's always Chili's. And a testament to that is I've had every item on the Chili's menu at least twice.
Yeah.
And I still pick that sampler. Because you know you get a little bit of everything.
That's how you really get like the sampler is honestly, because I've heard different people say this. That's how you really get a full scope of what this restaurant can do. Is getting that 4 or 5 items in the sampler.
And then you can also get some chips and dip with it, or another appetizer. And you can get up to like 4 different like varieties of food there.
Yeah.
Just in one meal. So it's a good way to have a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and get your feel of that restaurant. You know, it's like, what can Chili's actually do? Is it good? You know,
it is.
Yeah, it is. It is, but like to me,
it's no Applebee's.
No, but like my favorite item, honestly, at Chili's, talking about Chili's, is the queso burger.
Oh yeah.
Like, then they got those like little Frito type chips on there. You know, like that's a good burger. But speaking of food, we're going to do a little bit of a candy review here on this episode. So we talked about this to let all of y'all know. Me and John talked a little bit about this before this podcast. But we are going to be reviewing a bunch of different flavors of normal jelly beans and then sour jelly beans. And the way this is going to work is that we're not going to review every flavor, because in the normal jelly beans, there's 20 different flavors, which we are missing one currently. Apparently, there's no blueberry. And there's 5 different flavors with the sour. What we're going to do is just try a couple different flavors from both bags. And then for each bag, we're going to give a score between 0 and 100. And the way it works with guess reviews is that you're going to give your score, and then I'll give my score. We'll take the average of our scores, and that's what the official score will be. And it can be 0 to 100 with no decimals. So I guess we'll start with some flavors of the normal jelly beans. You've had all these flavors before. So
honestly,
what do you recommend?
I could probably recommend the watermelon.
I'm going to try it.
The strawberry cheesecake is good. There's only one of those, so I'll let you have that.
So, all right, watermelon.
Watermelon's the top tier for sure.
Wow. That's good.
It is good.
Man.
And not only that, the craftsmanship with these watermelon, if you cut them open, the inside's red and the outside is a green shell. So
Jelly Belly knows what they're doing.
They do.
So this one here.
Yeah, the strawberry cheesecake.
Strawberry cheesecake, all right.
It could be something else. I don't know if I'm wrong or not. I think... Does it not taste like strawberry cheesecake?
It tastes like gum.
Oh. That could be a Tutti Frutti.
Because
we might have been robbed of strawberry cheesecake.
There's cotton candy, strawberry cheesecake, and bubble gum that all look the same.
So Tutti Frutti tastes like bubble gum.
It's one of those.
So these right here,
I'm going to try one of these.
Should taste like bubble gum.
All right.
Like your double bubble.
Feels like I just got it from the bank.
Yeah. Exactly. It's even got the kind of like texture.
God, it does.
The outside of the double bubble.
God, they just put gum in the middle of this.
Yeah.
Are these lemon? One of these?
One of
Sunkissed lemon. I'm gonna try this one. We have them laid out.
Yeah.
That's lemon. You can taste it right off the bat.
It is very much lemon. I don't recommend the pear.
Is it not good?
It's not good.
Have you done that? Yes. Jelly bean
Birdie Bots. Well, there's Birdie Bots and there's Bamboozled. So
the Bamboozled one's the one I
Birdie Bots, they don't really try to trick you. It's the Harry Potter's like jelly beans, and you can buy those at like Hot Topic.
Yeah,
little tiny boxes. You sometimes find them on sale at Walmart.
Okay,
but the Birdie Bots, not Birdie Bots, Bamboozled. It will trick you very easily. I
had some of them. I think I had like the grass clippings.
Yeah,
it tastes exactly like grass.
Which is the like counterpart to the pear, I think it is. And both of them are awful. So
yeah. But really, which one is pear?
This one right here.
All right, I'm gonna try it then.
It's very strange how they get the taste correctly.
Oh God! Give me this. Oh yeah.
So if you ever get a chance to look up how they get the tastes, point on, it does taste like butt. There's videos on YouTube of how they extract the essence
of a pear.
No, of like actual things. So like they have a skunk spray one, and they don't put actual skunk spray in it, obviously, but they extract essence from these things. And they put those into their flavors. It's very interesting to see how they do it.
God almighty.
I love watching those kind of videos, like how it's made. You should probably wash it out with a nice roasted marshmallow.
Is this good?
It's pretty good.
It is good.
Yeah.
I taste the roast, and for some reason, they somehow got like the stickiness of the marshmallow. Yeah. I don't know. These guys are like geniuses.
Yes. Jelly beans
they get stuck in my teeth though.
I don't know what the two. There's 3 pink ones right here. We could probably just
cotton candy, bubble gum, Tutti Frutti one we've already had.
With these, why don't we both try them, and then see if we can say at the same time what flavor we think it is.
Okay.
Because I don't know these flavors.
There's only one green apple, unfortunately.
Yeah. Green apple's pretty good too. I don't know these flavors, so we can see if we can get it. On the count of 3, maybe.
All right.
We might need something to pick it from.
It's a strong flavor of something. Well, there's bubblegum, cotton candy, strawberry cheesecake, Tutti Frutti, and that's all the pink ones. I know this is a very much a good audio podcast for all you. Hopefully you've sticking with us. We're trying jelly beans. That is right. We're trying jelly beans. There are 20 different flavors. We're not trying every flavor because one of them we're missing. I got an idea.
Okay, I have my idea too. I'm okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Cotton candy.
Strawberry cheesecake from me. Well,
I thought the strawberry cheesecake one had stuff on it.
It's supposed to have spot. Sometimes they don't always get them.
So this has got to be Tutti Frutti then.
That's Tutti Frutti.
Yeah.
Let's try this one.
We're going with all the pink ones currently. We're now trying another pink one.
I know what that one is.
Hold on.
I absolutely know.
I need a minute. Okay.
1, 2, 3. Strawberry
cotton candy.
That one is 100%.
Okay, well.
My last one, though?
I haven't had strawberry cheesecake in either forever or never. I don't remember.
My last one was not strawberry cheesecake. That was. The last one may have been cotton candy. For sure. But
well, it's because cotton candy, you can't eat cotton candy without, like, cotton candy ice cream is good.
Yeah.
But, like, you can't get anywhere close to, like, real for real cotton candy because of that.
Yeah.
That feel of it, you know.
Don't know what this last one's going to be. They have a candy floss one that is pretty good. We don't have that one in this bag, but candy floss is delicious.
Yeah. See, also, I hope we're getting the same pink ones.
Yeah.
Like, we could be just getting two. Like, I could have gotten cotton candy every time.
I did have the job of picking these out.
Yeah, you organized this thing.
Well, they do look the same.
What?
That's not
That's a new one for me. I have an idea.
I'm gonna be honest with this last one. I think Tutti Frutti is more of a bubblegum flavor than bubblegum.
Really?
I think this one was bubblegum.
You think it was?
Yeah.
I was gonna say either Tutti Frutti or bubblegum too, because
it's not Tutti Frutti. Tutti Frutti's got the looks like a clown's outfit.
Yeah.
They don't almost never get those wrong, but I don't know. That one really tastes.
It's not that bad. Like, it was good.
Yeah.
But it's confusing when I was thinking, because I was like, the bubble gum or Tutti Frutti, like whichever one that we had earlier that tastes like the bank bubble gum, you know.
Some of them are. I think that was Tutti Frutti that does.
Yeah.
Some of them are really hard to tell apart.
Yeah.
Well, now we have the sour flavor.
Oh, well, what would you say from 0 to 100?
Oh.
What would you give as a rating? 0 to 100, no decimals, for the entirety of this 20 different flavored Jelly Belly bag.
So,
on your scale of candy.
I really like the blueberry.
Yeah.
Kind of disappointed we didn't have any blueberry.
Yeah.
So that's gonna dock it a good couple of points.
Yeah.
But man, watermelon's good. Tutti Frutti's good. We didn't even try black licorice. I don't know if we need to.
Pear scarred me. So
yeah, pear is. I didn't even try it.
Pear is a scarring
flavor. I'll let
flavor.
you do that by yourself.
Yeah.
I'd give it probably like an 80.
80. That's a nice high score, honestly. To me personally, like I said, I have not had every one of these flavors. I have had a couple of them. Like a lot of the yellows, I feel like I've had like lemon and
I don't know which one.
Was that orange?
I think that might be.
Which it tastes old.
Sun-kissed tangerine.
That's where it's got to be then.
It's a pretty strong flavor.
You gave it an 80. I'm gonna go. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna give it like a nice 74.
Okay.
Honestly, we'll do that, and we'll take the average and average it out to a nice 77.
Oh, okay.
So it's 77 for the normal 20 different flavors Jelly Belly Jelly Bean Bag. Now, to follow that up, we are also reviewing sour Jelly Belly Jelly Beans. These are 5 different flavors. We have sour apple, sour cherry. Well, it's just apple, cherry, lemon, orange, and grape, and they're all sour apparently. Yeah. So you probably had these definitely. Are you a fan of sour jelly beans?
I am. I think they're
Whoa!
They're very
That's sour.
They're strong.
Man.
They're not like Warhead strong.
No.
But they make your mouth water.
That scared me.
Yeah. They hit different.
Man, that's good. They do hit different.
And you could probably compare that. This is the regular Very Cherry. You just ate the sour cherry. You probably compare that and see, like, Very Cherry is pretty sour.
Oh yeah, it's just strong.
Yeah.
Like a cherry, to me, any cherry flavored things, even like those Dum Dum suckers, cherry flavor is so strong.
I want to say, I think it was Reagan that was a big fan of jelly beans.
Was he the one who kept like a jar of them on his desk?
Yeah. And they made Very Cherry a flavor because of him, because he liked cherry so much.
Yeah.
I really hope I'm getting my facts right. It's been about 8 years since I've learned this.
Yeah.
But they have in their like Jelly Belly museum, they have like an American flag they made out of blueberry and Very Cherry and coconut.
That's cool. Yeah.
And it's like really impressive. They do a lot of like paintings out of those.
Yeah.
It's very impressive. This next one we're trying is the green apple.
Sour apple. Not as sour as the cherry one.
No, kind of tastes like a slushie from Sonic.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It's decent.
Now blueberry's up there for me. So.
But this says it's grape apparently.
Oh, is it grape?
Yeah. Oh, I taste the grape. It's right there. Like whenever you bite in, you get like the jelly bean juice. That's when you know what flavor it is.
Really the artificial grape. Like
oh yeah.
I've never tasted a grape candy that
tastes like grape soda.
Really grape. Yeah. Like a grape Dum Dum.
Yeah. And then we have sour orange. Man, I like that. That's good.
Pretty good.
I like that.
Kind of what's that is it Tang that the astronauts drink? Kind of tastes like Tang.
Yeah. And then finally is of course the legendary sour lemon. You ever had lemon heads? Are they good?
I do like lemon heads. I used to eat them all the time when I was a kid.
What hot tamales? Are them things good?
They're spicy.
I've heard.
I'm a connoisseur.
That didn't even have any sour for me.
Yeah, it wasn't too sour. I think
it's like lemon flavor.
The cherry might have been the most sour.
Oh yeah. To me personally, I honestly would say the orange is my favorite flavor out of all these 5. I might have another
probably
one.
Like mix them.
Oh.
Give them a mix.
Yeah.
That's what we used to do with the birdie bots. So we'd have like earthworm and rotten eggs and mix those together. Oh my god, they were so bad.
Oh god. Cherry gets me every time. So, with the sour jelly beans, with all 5 of these flavors we just tried, what would your rating from 0 to 100? First off, do you like these better than the 20 different flavors pack?
Since I got all of the flavors I was promised in this bag, yeah, I like them more.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm obviously very biased towards jelly beans because they're my favorite candy.
Yeah.
But I will say, I'll give it probably like a 90.
Wow.
It's up there.
90. That's one of the highest. I think the only things I've given 90s are like root beer.
I do like some jelly beans.
These are really good. This is the first time I've ever had sour jelly beans. Of course, I told you that the Starburst jelly beans are one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Because they're bigger as well. And the pink ones are my favorite flavor because, I mean, pink Starburst is probably the best Starburst flavor.
Yeah, it is.
And they even recognize that because you can go to some gas stations and just get a pink, like, sleeve of Starburst.
All the reds or all the pinks.
Yeah. So I'm going to go, honestly, I'm going to give it an 86.
Okay.
That way it'll round out to an 88. So we have double digits for both of these. So for the normal jelly beans is a 77 and sour is an 88. And I think that's a pretty apt score.
It is.
For both of these.
Next time you have me on, I think I might bring a bamboozled box and we could do that. Or some Birdie Bots. Mm-hmm. I might even have one at home. I'm going to be honest. I love jelly beans.
Yeah.
But you would get a kick out of some of those flavors. Oh gosh. And I might bring you some of the Cold Stone flavors too.
I gotta see
those
these
ice creams. Ooh.
Yeah.
I love those.
Getting choked up on it now. So, with all that being said, we're going to dive into a little bit of news. I want to go ahead and go and look this up. I actually have a picture saved of this. NASA. Talk about space a little bit. Me and you have actually talked about space in the past before. I remember one of the last times, it was actually last year, one of the times you were on, where we talked about trying to colonize Venus, about putting like a cloud city on that planet, and then talking about colonizing Mars and the moon and all that kind of stuff. Now, apparently, scientists are beginning to look for life on other planets that are rich in oceans and hydrogen. Mm-hmm. These planets are called Hycean and may be the key to finding life on other worlds. And they have actually discovered, apparently more than one, that way far in the galaxy, they have discovered fully covered ocean planets that may have had alien life or could currently have alien life.
Yeah.
So what do you think of these Hycean planets?
I think they're promising.
Yeah.
As far as we know, you have to have carbon to we're carbon-based life forms.
Oh yeah.
But it is entirely possible that there are beings out there that are like methane-based life forms or hydrogen-based life forms, which that kind of planet, that would be where that would happen.
Yeah.
I think that's very exciting. I don't know how they would find. I mean, other than sending like a probe there that could like go into that water.
Yeah.
But no, that is definitely exciting. I would love to get to know more about that for sure.
And it's just the thought of like Earth, but no green. There's no land.
Yeah.
Like it's purely water world.
But imagine
that's what it is.
What it's like under the water.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like Star Wars, like where they took Jar Jar Binks from.
Oh yeah, his little his home. There was some there's been a ton of video games based on that kind of stuff. Like there's one that's like you got to run a submarine on one of
Subnautica is a good one.
Yeah, and then there's I forget the other name of it. It was like one of the moons of Jupiter or Saturn, and it was fully covered in water.
Oh, it was probably is that Io? What's that called? It's not Titan. No, Titan's not water. One of them is Jupiter's moon.
Yeah.
It's covered in ice. I don't know which one it is though.
I can actually look it up. But it's like what this is like a full planet. Europa.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, that's the name of it. I could picture that name, but with all that, it is very interesting to see, like if we could go there, somehow, and we don't know if, of course, there can be alien life, but it's all water-based. Like, it's all, like, not sharks, but that's kind of the thing. We got alien fish on this planet, you know. And
probably octopus, because honestly, they're aliens.
And to think that there's alien underwater life, and then, you know, that's a movie right there, bringing one back, and then it just starts killing off every other fish in the world, you know.
I think there's a movie, it's called the Europa Project, maybe? That might be the name of it, but they sent some astronauts to Europa, and they all got murdered by aliens. Spoiler alert. It wasn't a great movie.
Sounds like one of them sci-fi movies.
It was sci-fi. It's kind of like a horror movie almost.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's definitely some sneaky stuff out there.
There's got to be, especially on this kind of planet.
Oh yeah.
So speaking of that, going over to a little bit of some world records. Recently, that I discovered today, actually, of this recording, man breaks world record for planking. Now, you've probably done some planking in your lifetime.
I have.
And it is a difficult thing to do. For me, it is.
It all depends on your posture, too.
Yeah.
Like, I used to be able to plank for like 5 minutes straight and not feel it until I learned that I wasn't doing it right.
Oh, yeah.
And then I started doing it right, and I could get about 30 seconds, and then my eye would start dying.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like a core workout thing for me. It was just like I'm struggling to breathe at this point.
Yeah.
Like my diaphragm is killing me.
On the ground.
I hate planks.
I do too. Like, it's good, you know, to work out like that and do that. But it's so hard because the last world record, I actually heard about this like a year or two ago. The world record was broken in February 2020. A guy named George Hood. He's 62 years old and was an ex-Marine. He set the record last year for 8 hours and 15 minutes in a plank. And it's like he had a catheter put in so he could pee.
Oh my God.
He like didn't get up. Just fully planking for 8 hours and 15 minutes.
I don't even know if I would have had a catheter. Most likely what I would have done is just like when you change your oil on your car, just take an oil pan, put it under me.
Like just put a bowl down there.
Yeah.
Just put a fish bowl down there for you.
Get somebody to, break the nut and release the well.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't think I would ever put a catheter in voluntarily.
For planking, like, of all things.
Oh my gosh.
But the new world record was set by a guy named Daniel Scaly.
Sounds like he planks.
He apparently has chronic pain or something or other. He has CRPS, or complex regional pain syndrome, which is excessive pain or inflammation in his left arm due to an injury. He is always in constant pain in his left arm, but he somehow set the new record for planking with 9 hours, 30 minutes, and 1 second.
Wow.
You think you can do that?
No.
You gotta plank for like 12 hours next.
I could probably do 5 minutes if I trained for like 3 months. That would be my best.
Yeah.
Some people are just on a different level.
Some people are just built different.
Built different.
Yeah. But, good Lord, like, no. I'm not doing that.
It's impressive.
It is impressive.
Kudos.
I mean, it is a world record effort. I mean,
yeah.
To do anything for the longest amount of time. Like, I'll tell you this. I actually almost broke a world record doing what?
Doing what?
It was the fastest time to drink a Capri Sun.
What?
The world record is 14 seconds. And
for a Capri Sun?
Yeah. The way it starts, the straw has to be still attached to the Capri Sun.
Oh, okay.
And that's the time. No, you have to put it in, I think.
You have to?
You have to rip it off, open the package of the straw, stab it, and then suck it all up.
I believe that I could bite into a Capri Sun and drink it
and
faster.
just inhale it.
Yeah. Like, not even using the straw.
What I did accidentally, I started with the straw in, and I did like 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But what they say is that you don't have to have it cold. Let it get like room temperature, and it's a whole lot easier because when it's cold, it may hurt your teeth or your tongue or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's like trying to bite ice cream or something,
or drink water after you ate gum.
Yeah, like it's not spicy, not good, But yeah, I almost broke that real record. And there's like a lot of easy ones that you can do.
Yeah.
Like stacking, like one of them was like stack the tallest amount of pillows, and it was like the 100 or something without them falling over. It's like there's a bunch, but it's like
Depends
pillows.
on what kind of pillows you use.
Like you gonna get some My Pillows or something on there.
Firm pillows.
Yeah, get some of them memory foam pillows.
Yeah.
But so to go on to technology a little bit, it's been rumored for years that there's going to be a flip phone touchscreen phone. What are your thoughts on that? And if iPhone decided to make a flip phone version of the iPhone.
Now, I think while Nokia flip phones were like known to be the, juggernauts of cellular phones, I don't think iPhone could put anything out that would survive without a case. Honestly.
No.
So if you've got a flip phone, I don't even know how they would get a case on that. Especially with those, I don't know if you've seen the, it's like a flip phone, but it's like a full screen, so you could flip the screen as well. And then you open it up and it's like an iPad.
Yeah.
You can't put a case on that.
No.
I don't even see a possibility of it being viable. I mean, I don't think the screen might not crack as easily since it's, it's got some give in it.
See, that's what they were worried about, because I think some businesses have tried to do a flip phone, touchscreen phone.
Yeah.
But the problem was the screen.
Yeah.
Because it's like you can't fold, you can fold an iPhone,
yeah.
But what happens? It breaks. They were able to fold the back, but the screen, they were folding it, and then you could just peel it off. Is what was happening. So it's somehow you just have to have it break fully in the middle, and it's just going to be two small touch screens that just flow together.
Yeah.
Like that's what it has to be. Which it'd be cool. It is like I have the iPhone 13 is a flip phone.
I would honestly think that like a retractable screen would be good. So
like the BlackBerry.
No. Well,
that and the keypad comes on the bottom.
Almost, but like instead of you having like a keypad, like you could just like push it together and it would like be half the size.
Yeah. So
like you could have half an iPhone. It'd be like kind of like an Apple Watch. And you just pull the rest of it out.
That's how you would unlock it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. You just have it shoved in, and it's just the time or any messages and notifications you get, and then you like, and then it's like, all right, let's get on my phone and do whatever, Yeah. I would do that. Cool. Because they've always talked about, of course, like futuristic stuff, like getting screens built into your arms.
Yeah.
And the Apple glasses, that you can like Google while wearing a pair of glasses, which is always cool, when you think about it. But flip phone, I would get one if I had like a bunch of money. I would consider it, more. But if they ever did, it would be pretty cool if it worked, if the concept of the idea actually worked. So with all that being said, it is probably now the most anticipated the most anticipated segment of this episode.
Yes. Especially by me.
Especially by both of us. But I will go ahead and say, at the end of this episode, I will be giving a warning to everyone out there listening. Both John and I have watched Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, the last Marvel movie that literally came out last week.
We're going to spoil it.
And we are going to talk spoilers. Yes, we're going to be giving our spoiler review and talking about what actually happened in the movie, what we like about it. And we can, beforehand, of course, I'll preface it, and we may talk I'll give it a 7 out of 10 or whatever, We may talk a mini non-spoiler review, and then we'll be like, all right, spoiler warning, total spoiler warning. It's literally been a week. But so we're going to talk more about Marvel beforehand. So I did have this question that I wanted to ask you, because I think I actually know the answer to this for me. What was the first Marvel movie that you ever watched in theaters?
Are we talking Marvel movies that are part of the MCU?
Yeah, not X-Men or the original Spider-Man
It was
movies.
the Incredible Hulk.
The first one?
The first one, yeah.
And have you seen every one of them in theater? Well, not every one of them.
Not every one of them in theaters.
Probably most.
But a good majority. A good majority I went to see on the Thursday night they came out.
Yeah.
Black Widow, I think, is one of the exceptions.
Yeah.
But there's a couple that maybe I waited a little bit for. I think I saw Guardians of the Galaxy like a week after it came out, the first one. But yeah, I definitely made an effort to go see all of them in the theaters. And The Incredible was the first.
Yeah.
I think the original Spider-Man,
the first one,
with
Tobey.
That one, I don't know what year that. I think that was 2002 or 19.
It was early 2000s because I think it was 02 or 03 because
I want to say I saw those. I didn't see them in theaters, obviously, but like I saw those
at a very 5. Young age.
Like I think I was in Spider-Man Halloween outfits from like 3 to 8. So
you were already a fan of Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin.
Yes, I was. Those were a big thing. I also saw Blade.
That's yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was Marvel until almost a couple of years back.
Yeah.
I mean, it has the Marvel logo.
They're good movies.
They are, except for the last one. But they are enjoyable.
Yeah,
he's pretty badass.
Yeah, and which I love Marvel. You know that.
Yeah. Surprisingly
enough, the first Marvel movie I ever watched in theaters was Captain America: Civil War.
Oh wow!
Surprisingly,
wow.
I feel like from my childhood, I didn't know much about Marvel.
Yeah.
I've always been Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I was like, one of my birthdays when I was younger, my aunt gave me the 6-disc collection from The Phantom Menace all the way to Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
As a birthday gift, and I would watch it, and it was DVDs. I would watch them all. Whenever we would go on vacation or something, we always had like the little DVD players on the back seat,
Yeah.
I just watched them constantly. Surprisingly enough, I know it's a meme now, or it's weird to say this. When I was a kid, episode 2 was my favorite, Attack of the Clones, because I just love that. I would always go to the ending where all the Jedis and the clones come in. That's the best part of the movie. And also episode 3. It's still my favorite movie.
I think 2 and 3 are very, very good. Like, well, most people are like, oh, the prequels are so awful.
But 3 is the best meme movie.
I love 2 and 3. Yeah. Hello there.
Yeah, I mean
that is so quotable.
Well, everything from 3 is just a meme.
Yeah.
Like the Darth Plagueis and Hello There and
it's treason.
Unlimited power. Like everything is like it's
and then the little scream he does as he does the spin.
It was funny because this past New Year's, I was with some friends and we timed it to where they said execute Order 66 at midnight, and we were like, we're bringing it in 2021 right. It's either that or having Thanos snap at the beginning. But with Marvel, I was into them, but I've seen more. Honestly, the ratio, I've seen more, over half of them at home than I have in theaters for the first time. I remember when the Hulk and Iron Man 1 came on TV. Because like my parents weren't big into going to theaters, you know. Like we would see something for like a birthday or something.
Yeah.
Like
I would always make my grandpa or mom take me, and we would be like, "We gotta go.
All right, we gotta go see Amazing Spider-Man or something," Civil War was the first one I remember seeing in theaters. Like I remember when Avengers came out.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm hyped for this. But I was like, I'm just going to wait for it to come on TV. Yeah. And then once you go, get into it, I fully got into Civil War. I've seen Civil War, and I think I saw all of them afterwards in theaters.
Yeah.
I did not see Doctor Strange in theaters. I waited a year until I saw that movie.
I saw that one.
It's such a good movie. I wish I would have saw it in theaters because I watched it at home and I was like, man, this is such a good theater movie because of the special effects and everything.
Yeah.
But
been a good 3D movie. I didn't see it in 3D.
And it's and to let all of y'all know, we saw This is the first movie that I have seen on a Thursday night premiere.
Yeah.
Ever. This is the first movie, not only the first Marvel movie I've seen on Thursday, it's the first movie ever I've seen in a Thursday night premiere. And we saw it together.
Yeah.
We did. We actually went and saw it. I feel like
we were almost the only ones in the theater.
I feel like this is also the first movie me and you have seen together at a theater.
It could be.
Because
I feel like we might have gone with Nate.
Maybe.
Or someone before.
Yeah. I've seen...
I don't know what we would have seen.
Probably like a DC movie or something, you know. Maybe. I don't know. It's either that or some like funny movie or something.
Yeah.
Which this also brings up just out of the blue. Not just about Marvel. Out of all the movies you've seen in theaters, what movie did you see multiple times? And how many? I have my answer.
Oh, gosh. Oh, it's such a bad answer. Oh, so, I hate this so much. I dated into a family, a adult Disney family.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh. So most Disney movies.
Was it Frozen?
No, thank God. I hate Frozen.
Was it Moana? It was.
I had to go see a lot of movies multiple times because they were like the weird kind of Disney adults, and it translated their kids too. I was dating,
they were sucked into it too much.
Yeah. So I think at this time Moana was like the only kids movie that there was out.
Yeah.
Like that any kids would want to go see. So the girlfriend at the time was a babysitter.
Yeah.
And I had to go with her to the movies to babysit because often it'd be, a little bit later. You don't want to, get stolen in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So I would go with her. And every single time we'd go see Moana because there was nothing else for the kids to see. So I went and saw Moana at least 34 times.
Golly!
I kept track of it.
I'm nowhere near that.
Yeah. No, it was god-awful. I can quote the entire movie. You can
sing all the rock songs.
Yes, I can. Like in the freaking language that they're speaking in.
Be the perfect daughter, all that.
It is... I'm ashamed. and I didn't even go to see it with her the first time I went. I went and saw it by myself. Because I was like, oh, Moana, this was a pretty movie.
But after the first time you saw it, was it a good movie, though?
I thought it was a good movie for the first time.
But after the 34th?
After the 34th, I don't like it.
It's one of those movies.
It's too shiny.
Like, once you see it 100 times, it's just like, man, I just don't.
And now I see on TikTok where it's the meme where like, I ate my grandma.
Yeah.
It took me a whole week. Oh, I hate it.
Yeah. I'm nowhere near that. My answer is the first Venom. I saw it 3 times.
Most Marvel movies I've seen.
I saw it 3 days in a row, honestly. I saw it Friday. No, it wasn't 3. I saw it Friday, a Saturday, and then like the next Friday. And I was like, because it was like I saw it with some friends.
Yeah.
And then I saw it with another group of friends. And then I went and saw it with a group from college. And it's like, I've seen this, and then like 2 of the guys who were in all the other groups have seen it like 2 or 3 times already, and I'm like, this movie's good, but I was like, is this movie worthy of like 3 times,
I may have only seen Venom once.
Well, it's good.
I
can tell you
enjoyed
that. It came, believe it or not, it came out 3 years ago.
Wow.
Because this year is the second one, Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
I feel old.
With Woody, I do too. Let me tell you. Like, COVID made everything fly by. So,
speaking of comic book movies,
yeah,
I just want to comment. They made the Suicide Squad movie, right?
The newer one? Just Suicide Squad back in 2017.
And then they named the second one The Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
And that just aggravates me.
It was better.
It was much better. I enjoyed it.
That's what the is for.
Yeah. I don't know why they just didn't call it Suicide Squad 2 or something. Or give it like a real name, like,
Which, I wondered that. I was like, why don't they name it The Suicide Squad, like...
Yeah, something else.
The Big Party, or like have a subtitle for it,
I just feel like it's really difficult to distinguish them.
Suicide Squad came out in 2016.
Mm-hmm. I went and saw that one in theaters.
I did too. Surprisingly, I saw that with my mom.
Oh my god!
And she's like, "Man, I hate that Jared Leto Joker guy."
He's wild.
She was like, "I don't like him."
He was very wild.
But which about all the comic book movies, of course, I will say that. Speaking of Marvel,
I would just big hitters coming up.
I would just like to say thank you to Loki for bringing the multiverse upon us. For actually,
I mean, Loki, Wanda,
for
Doctor Strange, just eventually,
especially Sylvie for causing another 10 years worth of movies and series.
Maybe more than that.
Maybe, depending on what we have to. How are we going to deal with Kang and all that from the Loki show? Also, which is today, we are recording this on Monday to let everybody know. The What If series is currently going on. We'll go ahead and talk about this.
Have you seen what this next episode is going to be?
Yes. I actually have a picture of what all the episodes are going to be about.
Oh.
It's like the What If. I only have the What If part. Yeah. So it's like, that's not a spoiler. Yeah. Really, it's just what if this is this instead, and then like the T'Challa one.
Yes.
Was. I had my mouth open the entire time once Thanos showed up.
It was amazing.
And it was probably... But which I'll go ahead and ask you this. So far, out of the 4 episodes, what has been your favorite? T'Challa one. The Doctor Strange one was so sad to me.
It was taxing for me to watch. I was like... I don't even know.
Because of like that struggle he had.
Yeah. Dude was going through it.
The Loki one, the third one, about the Avengers, Hank Pym killing them.
Mm-hmm.
God,
I didn't enjoy that one too either.
I thought it was just cool.
I mean,
it's still cool to think that.
Yeah, it's cool.
Hulk, Thor, and Iron Man, all 3 of those movies happened the same week.
Yeah,
like Nick Fury was the busiest man in the world at that time.
But I just don't know. I feel like Hank Pym doing it just wasn't like as satisfying of a reveal to me. I mean, like,
and he can technically do it because of Ant-Man and all that.
But over his daughter dying, and he didn't even have the story straight. Like, he didn't know why.
I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, it was okay. But,
which I will say this is that since this is the first season, that the second season's already been confirmed, that there will be a season 2 next year. Mm-hmm. I also have 9 episodes because this is 9. I would like a what if show if they followed up on some of the stuff, like with the Captain Carter and with the one about we just talked about with Hank Pym. If there's Loki takes over the world, now Captain America and Captain Marvel have to team up to take him down. That would be interesting to see.
I don't know if they all follow this, but it seems to me like they're going in chronological order. Yeah. So the Captain America story, Captain Carter is first. Yeah. And then you've got your
T'Challa as Star-Lord.
Yeah. Which
chronologically through years.
Yeah.
Because that happened in the 80s.
It appears like it's doing that. I'm not sure if that's what's actually happening.
Well, it's because the last one's about Vision. So they are. Last episode.
Okay.
Well, if you want to know the what ifs.
Yeah.
The next what if is Party Thor.
Party Thor.
Apparently, this is what it says. Episode 5. That's all I know. Party Thor, what I read about.
It's supposed to be the zombie episode.
Oh, that says episode 7. That may have changed it. I don't know. This was before episode 1 came out.
I think I looked it up on. I saw it on Twitter where it was the what if zombies on the what if page.
Yeah, it might be the what if. If it is the zombies one, I'm still gonna enjoy it. Because I want to see how that happens. How does? Yeah. But it's actually explained.
Next week is zombies, or this week.
Okay, so this week is zombies. So with that being said, then that some of that's been explained. That apparently it was either in the comic books or they're actually going to do it through the movies. Is that they get Hank Pym's wife, the one who was stuck in the realm. What was that called? I don't remember.
The
quantum realm.
Yeah.
Apparently, when she gets like that tube and gets some of the energy, apparently there's like she brings back a virus, and that's what it is. So it actually is like Resident Evil type stuff.
Yeah.
Then there's they may be out of order now. Party Thor is about either the first Thor movie or the second one. Apparently goes to Asgard, throws a big party, and it's so big that it destroys Asgard.
Oh.
Like, that's how big of a party it is.
Interesting.
So, then there's Killmonger versus Tony. I don't know why it's versus. That's in the trailer. Where Killmonger is actually in Afghanistan or wherever that was.
Oh.
And saves Tony Stark. Therefore, Tony Stark never goes into a cave. He never gets the shrapnel in his heart. And Killmonger and him actually become friends. So Killmonger technically saves Tony Stark's life. And I don't know if Tony Stark ever will become Iron Man after that. Then there's the zombies, of course. There's one called Gamora versus Tony. And that's the one in the picture. Gamora may have killed Thanos and took his spot as trying to take over.
Oh.
Because she had his double-bladed sword, you know. And
see, I haven't seen all of these, I watched the trailer, but I didn't pay too much attention to it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to,
like it's in the deep back. It's in the like if you see the poster, it's in the background kind of. And I looked at it, and like each one of the characters is his own episode. But I mean, it's still up to speculation because I mean I don't know what it's going to be about. I don't work for Marvel, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like it's just called Gamora versus Tony. So I think it may be Gamora might have taken Thanos' spot, and she might invade New York with the Avengers, you know. And then the last one's called Infinite Ultron, which is. I think Ultron actually gets Vision's body in Age of Ultron, and the picture is it's Vision, the pink Vision body, of course, with Ultron's metal over him, and he's wearing like Ultron's head on his head, and he has all 6 Infinity Stones.
Oh,
because Vision's body is apparently because he has the yellow one, the Mind Stone.
Yeah,
they said so. Technically, Ultron's mind and Vision's body with all Infinity Stones, and they said technically. That's the baddest dude in the universe right there, Ultron with all the stones.
Yeah.
And so apparently that's going to follow the Age of Ultron movie. And like you said, they're in chronological order. The next season of What If, they said, might follow the movies and series that came out this year. And that season's coming out around this time next year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they could put out a season of What If every year because it's like, it's such a good show to keep up on.
Yeah.
And they said Captain Carter will appear in the next season, so they're probably going to do a follow-up of her going through that portal at the very end of the first episode.
I'm hoping to get some Spider-Man.
I think they will.
I as you know, I love me some Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to see a What If with Spider-Man.
It's like, you got to think of, like, what because I think, like, you look at every movie or series and be like, well, what is the what if of this episode?
Yeah.
You know, it's just you change one decision and it changes the rest of the universe. Like with Doctor Strange, instead of his hands getting broken, his significant other died, and then therefore he's left in this one little piece of rock that is actually the universe.
Yeah.
Like that's the universe to him. But it's because of the alien thing that he had. In the first episode with Captain Carter, that alien tentacle thing that came out, a lot of people are thinking that's the evil Doctor Strange.
Well,
because he had all them monsters in him.
Yeah,
somehow he could get out.
I didn't think it was the evil Doctor Strange. I thought it was the same being.
Yeah.
As from before. Because
evil Doctor Strange is now like one of the most powerful characters. Because he took out normal Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
So. It's an interesting thing to think about. The whole show in itself is so awesome, and I like it. And your favorite episode, you would say, is the T'Challa as Star-Lord.
Yes.
And it's so... Like, each episode is so different, but they're all good in their own way.
They are.
You know, some of them are better than others, of course, but it's like they're all... You can act like... You could look at Loki and have a favorite episode, but What If is the one because they're all different. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's mini movie.
Which is it's kind of impressive how they fit like an entire movie's worth of content into
like 30 minutes. Yeah.
25.
Well, it's like they're like, you watch the movie, so like, you know who the characters are. We don't need to introduce them. We change one decision. The watcher tells you when that decision's changed, and then boom. Which I thought it was funny. Doctor Strange was talking to. I thought he was about to open his mouth and suck him in and use his power at first, but he didn't do that. So a little bit about a little sad news, maybe. The Eternals. It is heavily rumored that might get delayed. Oh gosh. Because of how. It all depends on how Shang-Chi does this week in the theater box office. They said Black Widow bombed. Not bombed. Black Widow did better than they thought.
Yeah.
But they said they want to make... Shang-Chi did not go to Disney Plus deal like Black Widow did.
Yeah.
In 45 days from this past Thursday that it released, Shang-Chi will be available to every person on Disney Plus. Mm-hmm. Which will be late October, beginning of November, around that area. And so if it doesn't do good, Eternals might get delayed like a week or two, and then if that happens, they probably will end up pushing everything back. But they better not. They better not. Because of Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
Is the movie after that.
I don't think I would make it if they push Spider-Man back. But it seems to be like what their problem is it's too easy to see movies at this point on Disney Plus. If they want, they need to pick one or the other. If you're going to have your theatrical releases, or if you're going to have Disney Plus, and you also don't need to make it $26 to get a movie on Disney Plus that just came out for $10 at the movie theater. Mm-hmm. If you would make it $10 on Disney Plus, I assure you, more people would pay to watch that movie. If
you make it the exact movie price. Yeah.
They wouldn't go to the theaters, but, I mean, what are they doing now? They're not going to the theaters.
Yeah.
So, I think that would probably be the better way for they would get more people to watch it.
Yeah.
Because they're not making profits, as is just like releasing onto Disney Plus with no paywall.
That's what everybody's hating about HBO Max. The directors and some of those people in charge are like, because they had the deal for this whole year. Yeah. That deal ends in December too. The stream for 30 days, and then it goes only the theater. Yeah. Which I liked it. That's how I watched a lot of movies through there. That's how I watched the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So
that's how I did it too.
Yeah. So it's like and I watched that Mortal Kombat movie, and it was pretty good. A lot of violence.
Yeah.
But there's more movie. There's another movie. I think Dune, the new Dune. It comes out on HBO Max. It's the same thing this year, and that's a high profile movie because of all the actors and actresses in it.
There's a lot of really like A-list or B-list actors in that movie.
Because like the main guy is Timothy
Chalamet.
Yeah, and Jason Momoa, Josh Brolin, the guy who was Captain Jack Sparrow, he was the guy who said that with all that black liquid in his mouth from Pirates of the Caribbean.
I think that was the movie that we went and saw together.
I think so, because we saw that movie, and it was that one, the last one,
and we kept doing it.
Because I keep remembering for some reason, I don't know if it was that or not, but one of our friends, Zach, went with one of his friends that he knew forever, and he went and watched like the second half of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and then came in here and saw the end. He saw the ending of that one, and then he came in here and saw the ending of the newest
Jack the Sparrow,
Pirates of the Caribbean. So so with all that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the Eternals just a little bit more. Mm-hmm. The Eternals trailer. What do you think about the Eternals from what you've seen so far?
So coming up onto the movie, I'm not like super sold on it, but like
it doesn't have your hype as the Spider-Man does.
Yeah. But it's obviously because I don't know who the characters are.
Yeah, you know the actors and actresses. Though,
which that's also interesting for me too, because I noticed like some of the actors, and it's like it's weird seeing them in a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
There's some characters you wouldn't expect.
Yeah. Angelina Jolie.
Yeah. Also, Jon Snow. He's gonna be in it.
It's him and his brother.
Yeah.
From Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't remember his name. His real name's Richard Madden, but he's the one who shoots the yellow lady. He's their Superman apparently. And Selma Hayek too.
Absolutely love his accent though. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But like going into it, I feel the same way about how I did with What If and about how I did with Shang-Chi. And I'm noticing that it's all because I don't know who these characters are, and I can't have as much hype for those characters because I haven't been introduced to them yet. But obviously when I go and see them, it's all different. Like with the What If, I was immediately like, oh, this is really good. Yeah. Love this.
This is exactly what we wanted it to be.
And then same with Shang-Chi. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It, wasn't what I expected, for sure. It gave me a lot more, like, Marvel Universe, like, information, more than I was expecting.
Yeah.
And I could sort of see things tying together now. And I could see where the Eternals will tie into it.
Yeah.
And that's very interesting for me. So I've got some hype like built up from that.
Yeah.
So I am pretty excited for it. It's just not like a Spider-Man kind of hype.
It's not like Spider-Man or like Avengers or something like that. See, for me, it's the same way how I was with Guardians of the Galaxy. I didn't know who they were beforehand. And then watching that, you know now.
It may be like retrospect speaking, but like I've never felt this way about any Marvel movie where I'm like not totally excited. I've always been excited for Marvel movies, like Black Panther, Guardians of the Galaxy, Doctor Strange. Didn't know any of those, but I was like, oh, this is awesome. Yeah. This is like, it's different. I don't know.
It's like even though in those older animated Marvel TV shows, Eternals was never there. Eternals is in the comics, and now they have a movie, and that's it, really. So it's like, and you've heard of them, like, sometimes maybe, but I got the same hype as you say. Like that's the way Marvel movies will do to you. They'll introduce a new character, but they build up their hype for them through the former movies.
Yes.
It's like, all right, we're going to see this, we're going to see this.
And this is the first time they're not necessarily doing that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got it a little bit with Shang-Chi, but like you didn't get anything for Shang-Chi from any other movie.
No.
So it's hard to introduce a new character just out of the blue and not connect him, which they did connect him a little bit.
They ended up just a tiny bit,
Yeah, and I think they did
because they have to say like his whole story.
Yes.
Like with the first Iron Man movie, if you didn't know who he was, if you didn't know who Tony Stark was beforehand from comic books, that introduces him really well.
Yeah.
So
I think they did a really good job of tying it all together. They did with the 10 rings, the Mandarin. They sort of this is already known from the Iron Man movie, but they tied it in better than you would think they could.
Yeah.
They kind of like, how like Iron Man 3, the Mandarin, he was kind of a joke. Like people were mad about how they like this isn't the real Mandarin.
The Trevor guy.
Yeah.
Which he's a great actor. Ben Kingsley is a great actor.
Yes. But he wasn't the Mandarin.
Yeah.
He was just an actor.
He was his stand-in. He was his public stand-in for him.
Yeah. And they did a good job in Shang-Chi of illustrating like, we got you.
Yeah. And then found out the real one,
Yeah. Which is the main villain of Shang-Chi.
So just a little bit before we get into the review here.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man.
Yes.
No Way Home.
Yes.
There are currently, I will say this openly, there are currently, to me, two big storylines going on in Marvel movies right now and the series. WandaVision, Loki, What If, basically, because that's all canon now because of multiverse. And Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. That's one whole storyline, of course, with the multiverse, the mythical part. And then, to me, Falcon and Winter Soldier is one, and that can tie in technically with Shang-Chi, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But Black Widow and Falcon and Winter Soldier go together, and that will also go with the Hawkeye series.
Yeah.
And then you have Shang-Chi and maybe the Eternals, maybe, if it ties in the way we think it's going to.
Well, we've got all of our past movies that we know the characters from, and then you're going to have your newer ones.
Yeah.
So
it's like those are like the big things going on right now.
Yeah.
What currently, because this isn't really a spoiler or anything to talk about, because Shang-Chi will be all the spoilers, but for the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer that came out like 2 weeks ago, What are currently your thoughts going into the December release of Spider-Man: No Way Home?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited! I'm so excited. Doc Ock, for sure, is gonna be in. We know him.
We've fully confirmed.
Yes, we've seen Green Goblin's
his pumpkin grenades.
But I don't know if it is Willem Dafoe. It should be Willem Dafoe. It obviously should be.
Or why, you don't want Harry?
Well, no, I'm thinking of the is it the Hobgoblin or whoever it is from the Amazing Spider-Man?
God, no! I hope it's not him.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Because he was just
weird looking.
That's what some people said. It's like we're gonna expect Willem Dafoe,
yes.
and then we're gonna get old deformed Green Goblin.
I sure hope not. I hope it's all of the characters that we have seen and and were the main villains of those movies and even the main characters. So I want to see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, obviously. That's the biggest thing unknown.
You can read on Instagram and see the speculations.
Yes.
There's so many rumors and speculations.
Yes. There's set photos that we don't know if they're from the
older ones
or these.
Yeah.
But we have the studios sending copyright notices to the people posting those, saying to take them down. So that could be a sign that they're from this movie.
Yeah.
But we don't know that.
Yeah.
We don't even have a full cast list yet.
We only know the people we saw in the trailer. That's it.
And then you've got, who is it? The Peter Parker's teacher, the black guy.
Yeah.
Who apparently he was most excited to see Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man in this movie. There is so I saw something that was interesting to me. A theater student reviewed the trailer, and he said that on the scene on the highway, where Doc Ock comes up and he says, "Hello, Peter." Mm-hmm. That's a character, like a main character, sort of frame where they're built around his face. It's not his full body. It's up here. He's talking, so pay attention to what he's saying.
Yeah.
But when it goes to Peter, it's a full body.
When he turns into the suit on the car,
it's a full body reaction. He's not talking. This isn't a main character. If you were to see that, you wouldn't think he was talking to him if he says, "Hello, Peter."
Yeah.
This is a frame where we're speaking, and then it goes to an action frame where nothing's said. I don't think he's talking to that Peter Parker.
No, he's not. He's got to be talking to Tobey Peter.
I think he's talking to Tobey, and the other Peter Parker, Tom Holland, is reacting to that going down.
And even Andrew Peter might be reacting too.
I also, on that highway, the overpass, you see the pumpkin bombs or the grenades,
and the
roll. The same highway as you see the Doc Ock's octopus claw go up. I think they're going to be coming at the same time. I'm speculating that you're going to get an introduction. It's not going to be an introduction at the same time. So you're going to get maybe Tobey Maguire first, and then a little later on in the movie you'll get Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
Because you see in the same scenes you see Electro and apparently Sandman. Well, see, I don't know if the sand is creating electricity in that because it's a different color electricity. It's not blue electricity.
Well, that's why they're saying they want to go for comic accurate Electro because he was yellow in the comic books instead of blue.
So I don't know if they're going to be. So Sandman apparently, obviously he was from Tobey Maguire's universe, but I don't know if
they could be fighting each other.
They could be. But
because they don't know each other.
What I'm thinking is at the end of the Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man 3, Sandman befriends Spider-Man before he dies.
Yeah.
It's like
a thing.
He sort of reconciles. And
because he did it for his daughter and he accidentally killed Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, and he gave him the necklace. I'm thinking that Sandman could be fighting Electro. So... and helping out.
Yeah.
I'm obviously this is all speculation. I'm just watching a 2-minute trailer, and my ideas are coming out. Like, absolutely, I'm so excited.
And you see everything else, and it's like, a lot of people think that Doctor Strange is not Doctor Strange because they're like, do you think actually? And they're like, do you really think the real Doctor Strange would put the multiverse at risk for the identity of one man?
He'd probably.
He's then with him, when he does the thing and it breaks in that building, I think that could be the same time as the Scarlet Witch and Sylvie all happen at the same time. Because that happens at the exact same time.
I agree with that.
When the Scarlet Witch was born, basically, and when Kang said, I don't know what's going to happen next, because he knew all of time, because he's 1,000 years old, you know. And he's like, I don't know, because he's from like 20 or 3,000 years, like 2,800 or something. He's around there, like 3,000's around that year. And like, it's so weird to think of just his character alone, because you look in the comic books and it's like technically he's like Mr. Fantastic's dad in the comic books, because he's Richards, you know, and Reed Richards, you know, which they'll be showing up at some point because they have their own movie. I think it's at the beginning of 2023 is when that's going to happen, around that time, because it's like that, and then the Blade movie and Deadpool 3 are apparently close to each other. Because the same John Watts, who's directed all of these 3 Spider-Man movies, is also directing the Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah.
But from what it's saying is that from what a lot of people did say is that the Spider-Man movie will introduce those Spider-Man characters and villains from the past, and then apparently Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness could introduce the X-Men.
I'm thinking that you're going to get...
You got to get new characters out of this, or old ones anyway.
I'm thinking you'll get new characters out of Multiverse of Madness, but it's a horror movie. That's confirmed it's the horror movie of the Marvel Cinematic
Wanda,
Universe.
the actress of her, she's like, God, this is the scariest movie I've ever worked on, you know? And it was confirmed somewhat that it's going to be Strange, Wanda, and Loki teaming up in a movie, which that by itself is something, you know?
But I'm thinking we might get Mephisto in the No Way Home.
And why is he rumored?
Because
he's been rumored since WandaVision.
Yeah, he's a very prominent Spider-Man villain.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking there's so many like little things in this trailer, like the Sanctum Sanctorum is frozen.
All that snow on the inside.
Like hell's frozen over.
Yeah.
And Doctor Strange, I think he's very... He's got a personality about him that, like, I could see him doing that.
He's got that arrogance of Stark.
Yeah. Maybe a little worse. And I just don't know if that's him.
If it's him or not.
Or not. It could be, for sure, but it could also be someone else. And Wong leaving...
We can talk about that in a minute.
We just know where he's
going.
We
already know about that.
But yeah,
they say every time Wong leaves, something goes down.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But yeah,
it's weird to think, because so many people are thinking that basically Spider-Man No Way Home might end up being a team-up movie. They think the cop scene is Daredevil. They think Daredevil is there. Matt Murdock is going to be his lawyer. They think it's going to be the Red Team. As I say, the 3 Spider-Man, Daredevil, and Doctor Strange teaming up against the Sinister Six, made of Spider-Man's Green Goblin, Spider-Man 2's Doc Ock, Spider-Man 3's Sandman, Amazing Spider-Man Lizard, Amazing Spider-Man 2's Electro, and then rumored that Amazing Spider-Man 3 that never happened was supposed to be Rhino.
Yeah.
And then there's also rumors that the laughing and whatever he said about... What'd he say after he laughed? Don't expect something, Parker. You know what Willem Dafoe said. A lot of people are saying that that's actually evil Doctor Strange talking to him.
Yeah.
That could be Strange saying that. A lot of people have said in the comic books his best friend Ned turned into the Hobgoblin.
Yeah.
So that's a possibility as well. And then apparently and then they're like, oh yeah, when he was on the roof, his legs made the number 4. So apparently the Fantastic Four can show up. So they're like, we'll actually get that tower that he flew through, and in Far From Home is actually whatever the name of Fantastic Four Tower is. Because he had like one leg straight and the other leg bent, when him and Zendaya were on the roof.
They also have, so when we see Peter Parker in that black Spider-Man suit,
the black and gold running through that cafeteria or whatever.
Feast, yeah, it's a homeless shelter, and Mr. Negative, which is another Spider-Man villain
in the video game,
is a big. I think his company uses
Aunt May
Feast.
works there.
Yeah,
in the game,
but I think he could possibly be in this movie. That's a little bit of a stretch, but I think he could be. Regardless, I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the thought of all the villains and heroes from all Spider-Man movies ever teaming up to fight each other.
It is arguably...
The Spider-Man, and it's live-action Spider-Verse.
Arguably the biggest movie Marvel's ever made.
That's what they've said. They said this is one of the most anticipated things Marvel has done, other than maybe Infinity War Endgame.
But even then, I think it could be bigger.
Because it's the unknown.
Well, it's tying together the multiverse.
Yeah.
It not even like we've got with Endgame and Infinity War we had so many different characters in there, but this is like the
characters who usually aren't meant to be there.
Yes. So this is something new altogether.
Yeah.
And Endgame wasn't really. It was just like they've been building up to this. So there's it's very exciting.
Yeah, it's just you don't know what's going to happen. Like it's a big what if. Like,
and they've kept this more secret than anything else.
Oh yeah, and the thought they're like, and then so many people have made videos and TikToks and everything about imagine the theater the moment Tobey Maguire Andrew walks out of the portal.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine when that happens. And then I'm surprised they showed Doc Ock. Honestly, when they showed that, and people were like, oh, he's, hello, Peter, and he's not. And then also, when he's on the bridge and Tom Holland is standing next to that car with the woman in there, he's wearing the same exact suit Tobey Maguire wore in one of the Spider-Man movies. So, I don't know.
There's so much.
So, it's easy, though, because of variants. The Loki variants, Tobey and Andrew are all variants of Spider-Man, so.
I mean... That is true.
So that's how true it is,
But I mean, there's also that the scene where it appears like Doctor Strange and Spider-Man are fighting on the subway train.
I don't know what he was doing. Yeah, when he bent it, and made that circle, and Spider-Man was on it.
I don't know if they're fighting or what, but that's the train from Spider-Man 2.
Oh, that he was in front of, and just the meme picture.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's all speculation unless we get another trailer. I'm surprised the trailer even came out, honestly, at this point.
Yeah, I didn't think they were going to release one.
I've been saying that. I was like, this is the best thing. I said Spider-Man was trending on Twitter, and Marvel has said nothing about Spider-Man. And I was like, if Marvel just doesn't create a trailer, that way it doesn't get leaked, that's the best hype you can get for a movie like this. So
it got leaked, and then they put the trailer out.
like the day before. There was it got leaked, and then they're like, all right, release it tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, with all that being said, we're now going to give our spoiler review of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Spoiler warning for everyone out there. If you were listening and you still haven't seen Shang-Chi and you want to and you don't want to be spoiled to it, you should just go ahead and probably end this now, because this is what we're going to be talking to until the very end.
But you should see it.
You should see it and then come back and listen to this.
Yes.
That's what you got to just pause it right now. Pause it now. If you don't care if you haven't seen it and you just don't care about our spoiler review, but you still want to listen, of course, keep on listening. Or if you haven't seen it, you want to see it, and you just want us to talk about it and hear what we have to say, sure. I mean, you can listen to it if you want. I don't really care. But if you pause it here, go see it, come back, and we'll be right here waiting to tell you our thoughts. So, spoiler warning right now. Pause it now. Spoiler warning.
We're waiting.
Okay, now that's the spoiler warning. So, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Yes.
Of course, to tell y'all a little bit of backstory. John and I, went and saw this movie together at about 9 o'clock at night. Yeah. I walked into the theater.
With no air conditioning.
It was hot up in that theater. And I walked in, and I was like, man, it's going to be packed. And I walked in there. I was like, there's not many people here at the theater.
We were the only two that bought the tickets online.
Yes.
So the whole theater was empty, apparently.
3 more people walked in later.
Oh, yeah.
There's a total of 5 people on a Thursday night premiere.
I've never been in a Marvel movie premiere with that little.
With 5 people total.
Worried about their box office premiere numbers, but I thought it was deserving of a good, premiere.
Yeah.
It was a very good movie. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it as well. I said, so I have like a little bit. It was a good movie, I thought. Very good movie. Surprised me about how good it was. Because I didn't expect. I was like, it's just going to be a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
But it was its own. It's in that genre, but it was still Marvel.
In the kung fu movie genre.
Yeah,
it
and like they said,
a kung fu
and this movie had the best Marvel fight choreography any Marvel movie has ever had in the past. Even the Captain America movies were good fight scenes. This was next level.
No, it was
stuff.
Actual kung fu.
I mean,
martial arts. I don't know if it was exactly kung fu, but it was a type of martial arts that is genuine.
Yeah.
And you could see. They knew what they were doing.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, the guy who played his dad, the Mandarin, this is his first ever American movie.
Huh.
He's never been in a movie in Hollywood.
Interesting.
They said it, and they had like a list, and they were like, if you want to see more movies this guy's done, he's one of the best actors in Hong Kong, and he was good. I liked his character.
He was a good actor.
It was a different take on a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
It was new. Not new and improved, but it was different,
Yeah.
Which is good because some people have said this before. It's like Marvel giving the same movie just with different characters kind of gets old, But them doing this and like with the Eternals is going to be different too. And like the director who directed the Eternals, she won an Oscar last year, so it's like it's going to be good. But with Shang-Chi, what do you think of the movie overall?
Well. It gave me Black Panther vibes watching it in the theaters. But of course, I watched Black Panther with a full theater, majority not Caucasian, and it was on that level. I think I enjoyed it just as much as I enjoyed Black Panther, and it was it was new culture to experience.
It opens up your world.
Yeah, it does. It was absolutely beautiful
to show that Marvel just isn't an American thing.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot to. It introduces a lot. So
they did pretty good with it, though.
Yeah, yeah.
For someone who doesn't know Shang-Chi, I mean, it's a great way.
No idea who it was.
I knew of him, but I've never read a comic book about him or anything.
I'd never heard of him until they announced the movie.
Yeah. I kind of heard before that they were like, we want Shang-Chi to be the first Asian-led Marvel movie, which was good. I mean, it was great acting and great, like I said, choreography.
Awkwafina was really funny.
She was.
She's good.
As Katie.
Yeah. Just Katie.
Yeah. The sister was good.
Wong was amazing.
Yeah, Wong showed up in this movie.
Love Wong.
And Wong was somehow the heart of this movie, but only showed up for 5 minutes total.
Yeah.
Which him fighting Abomination.
The first scene we see of Wong is him fighting Abomination. And that is just another level of and
you're just what? That's one of them you just gotta lean up in the theater and look.
He kicks his ass. Hulk and the Incredible Hulk fighting Abomination. Hulk almost got his butt kicked. Wong decimated Abomination.
I know. He used himself. He used the portal to punch himself and knock himself out.
And they were friends. He was like, I've been trying to train you on how to do better, and you're not listening, and we're going to keep going. And then they go and keep training together. That's just something.
That's why a lot of people are thinking that somehow the woman at the end who recruited U.S. Agent that they might end up getting Abomination to join that team. Which, good idea. I mean, they need a strong guy.
And Falcon?
You know?
And Winter Soldier? Yeah.
Like with U.S. Agent, and she'll build some other people in the team, and they're like, if they can get that and then somehow get Ross to turn into the Red Hulk, they'll be good. Which that'll probably happen in the She-Hulk series, maybe.
Yeah.
So, but with Shang-Chi, I mean, good movie. It's not my personal favorite, of course, but it's not the worst. It's up there as one of the good ones. My personal favorite is Thor Ragnarok. I love that movie. And I can't wait for Thor Love and Thunder. But Shang-Chi, at the end, the mid-credit scene, to me, was better than the end-credit scene. To me. The end-credit scene set up, since this is spoilers, of course, the Mandarin died. His father actually had, which movies do this crap all the time. The villain has a change of heart, and then like 5 seconds later, he's killed. Yeah. And then he got killed by like the giant soul sucker. Yeah. And then that was a good fight.
But that was definitely like it was a kung fu movie type. Like most of their fight scenes were kung fu movie scenes. Yeah. Like you could see there was a lot of eye contact, and there was a lot of slow motion, and there was a lot of emotion.
And doing the stances and all that.
Yeah, and you could see like as Mandarin, as he dies, there you can see it. It's like a transfer of power. Like he gives him the rings, and he's like, you have to become.
You're the predecessor now. You need to be me.
Shang-Chi. And that apparently that was the what was it called? It was what? So it set something off. So apparently.
Oh, whenever he was using the rings to fight,
and it was when he puts on the rings. And it does.
That heartbeat thing that they showed. Because I remember whenever they had the hologram
at the end,
at the mid-credit scene.
The mid-credit scene when Wong says, we are seeing things like, we've never seen before.
Yeah, and he's like, we felt these.
Yeah.
Like, they felt it in the Force or something.
We don't know where it's from. This is power that we just don't understand.
Yeah, because they thought like his dad created it somehow or something, you know.
I believe fully that it ties to the Eternals. The Eternals came around the same time as Shang-Chi, his father, the Mandarin, discovered the rings.
Thousands of years ago.
Yeah, and they're dealing with creatures that I believe the Eternals are dealing with as well. Yeah. So
from the Dark Realm or something.
Yeah. Like with the purpose of the Eternals was to be put on the planet to only fight these creatures, and the creature that they fight in Shang-Chi looks like one of those creatures.
It reminded me also of when evil Doctor Strange was pulling creatures out. Yes, that some of those creatures he sucked the power out of. That what he was doing, soul sucking, is what he was doing. Is the same thing that these things in Shang-Chi were doing. So like it ties in. Technically, it does because he was pulling them out of all the other realms. Yeah. So, but it was a good movie. The ending was great. The ending battle, all of it was great with the Great Protector and that little the dragon thing, of course, and the beating the soul sucker, and he just blew him up. Yeah. And then the mid-credit scene, of course, which had Captain Marvel. And for some reason, human version of Bruce Banner.
Yeah. Professor Hulk is not there anymore.
Apparently, I think he can turn into the Hulk at will now.
It'll probably be Professor Hulk that he turns into, though. But he's great. His hair is gray. He looks older.
Oh, he's older.
And I don't think it's been that much longer. So I think the snap did it to him. So
well, he was wearing that cast, and that's what that was from.
The cast, I mean. Yeah, that gives it away, but I think that he looks older because of that.
Probably, yeah.
And they're also they basically said they're part of the Avengers now. So Shang-Chi is a part.
And Katie.
Yeah. I don't know how maybe Hawkeye might train her. I don't know.
The next Hawk girl. That's already in Hawkeye. That's already in Hawkeye. That's what the series is about. Haley Steinfeld's going to be the next Hawkeye.
It would make sense.
She was in the Bumblebee movie too.
But
and Pitch Perfect.
This is it's a movie that gives a lot of possibilities for more to come. Apparently, Shang-Chi's sister is now the leader of the Ten Rings. She was supposed to be tearing it down, and she is the leader now.
Yeah.
Which it looked like a big girl boss moment.
What is supposed to... well, I think it's because of that, is that might lead into an all-women's-led Marvel movie.
What it seemed like.
That there'll be a good group of Marvel girls.
Yeah.
And then there'll be her as the lead Marvel women villain. And unless they get her to team up with U.S. Agent and that girl, which will be a good... Well, she can fight. Yeah, she's good, too, so... But, like, she's the new Mandarin, apparently. But
without the rings.
She's she's just a good fighter and still owns the Fight Club in Macau.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi, I don't know when he's going to appear again. I don't know. He will. I'm looking at the list of Marvel things, and as of right now, there's not another Shang-Chi movie or anything. And unless he premieres or...
Well, it said the 10 Rings would return. So I'm assuming that means Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
I don't know if that means another movie. Might be he's in another movie. It's not a Shang-Chi movie, though.
Yeah.
But
that's basically it, really, when you think about it. That it was good. If you haven't seen it and you're still listening to this, you should. But I think we can all agree that Marvel did pretty good with this one. They did. Because after that, the What If show is still ongoing.
Yeah.
And the next one is, of course, Eternals on November the 5th, which is like
2 months.
2 months from yesterday, actually, because today's September the 6th. After that, after the What If series ends at the beginning of October, Hawkeye premieres in November. I don't have the date for it yet. The Hawkeye series will premiere November 24th on Thanksgiving week, the day before Thanksgiving.
Which I would be interested to see if it's Hawkeye post first snap, where he's just absolutely wrecking through people.
It might have some flashbacks, to that.
I can't imagine
It's got to be after Endgame.
I can't imagine it is, though.
Well, he's training a new Hawkeye. That's what it's about. He's training a girl to take his spot because he's going into comic book mode where he's going deaf. Or blind. No, it's deaf. And somebody else went blind. But
interesting.
In the Logan comic book, Hawkeye was blind, but he was still able to shoot arrows really good because he could hear things. You do the hearing, the don't breathe guy. But apparently, because it's like they had set photos and there was something in Hawkeye's ears, and it's hearing aids because he's losing his hearing, is what it is. So it's like Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye is going deaf.
Well, normally in those movies, he's got the earbuds in.
Yeah.
Just to listen. But
like that's like the premise is that he's getting older and that he's training a girl to be the next Hawkeye or Hawk Girl or something, The only other series after that's Miss Marvel, and they said it's still supposed to premiere this year, but I don't see, unless Hawkeye's like 4 episodes, it's probably like anywhere from 6 to 10, and Miss Marvel will premiere probably December to January, and then after that, December 17th, Spider-Man No Way Home.
That's earlier than I thought it would be.
December 17th, man. And after that, we don't really know much about series other than that. Thor: Love and Thunder or Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, March 25th, and Thor is May the 6th. And then The Marvels is November 11th, and after that we don't know.
Got a good couple months coming.
Yeah, and after that we have Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is actually posted. So the 4 movies next year is Doctor Strange, Thor, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, and The Marvels.
Yeah.
And then the 2 series that we know of as of right now premiering next year are Moon Knight and She-Hulk. They're currently working on Secret Invasion as well, the series. Emilia Clarke, the Khaleesi from Game of Thrones, is supposed to be in that. Also with Nick Fury and the guy who played the Skrull who was like his leader in S.H.I.E.L.D., you know. She-Hulk is about She-Hulk. They said Bruce Banner, he will appear in that. Probably Abomination. Moon Knight, also new character being introduced.
Red Hulk, too.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Also being introduced, Moon Knight is played by the guy who played Poe Dameron in Star Wars, and and the villain is...
He's also in that Dune movie, too.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. And
he's got a nice beard.
He does.
Oh my God. I'm impressed.
He does. And the villain, I don't know who the villain in Moon Knight is, but it's played by Ethan Hunt.
We also got Christian Bale in one of those movies.
That's in the Thor movie.
Okay,
He's playing something the Butcher. Gore the Butcher or something other. He had there's a set photo and you couldn't recognize him. Like he had all the prosthetics and makeup on. He was like completely white.
The amount of celebrities in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I think there's more celebrities in that than any other any other creation from Hollywood.
Star Wars, but it's like they kept the same characters for 3 movies in a row for a trilogy, you know. But other than that, I mean,
damn, all the clones are the same guy. So you got 3 movies that are all the same guy.
Yeah, and then maybe DC might be a contender for that, but they do have a lot of different movies. But Christian Bale was Batman in 3 of them.
Yeah,
you got all the Batmans and Supermans, of course. But Marvel it's because they keep introducing high profile characters 5 or 6 at a time.
And most of them have been in DC before.
Yeah.
You just see a lot of it's an impressive cinematic feat. I just
especially
nothing else
because of Eternals.
Yeah.
Because imagine if they released the Avengers movie first.
Yeah.
If they did it before any of the Iron Man or Captain America movies, that would have been you would have known who that's Captain America, Hulk, Thor. You already knew who the characters were, but it's you don't know how they got to this point. It'd be kind of confusing to watch the Battle of New York and not have a clue what's going on, you know. But yeah, in the mid-credit scene, he officially joined the Avengers because he said, "Welcome to the club" or "Welcome to the circus," and then Captain Marvel said, "He's got my number," and he's like, I don't have her number.
I don't know what she's talking about. She does this a lot.
So it's can't wait for What If is still going on. It's still a good show.
Yep.
Can't wait for the Eternals and Spider-Man No Way Home, and we'll definitely give a review for Eternals at some point, and then hopefully we'll review.
Was it the Singularity that happened? What was it?
I thought it was the Emergence.
That's
what they called it.
Yeah. I feel like the Emergence was the rings hitting the planet, and it sort of that's what happened in the trailer of the Eternals. They said since the Emergence happened, and it has something hitting the planet.
And that's when all that tidal wave happened too. And they've been there for thousands of years. They've seen all the tragedies. They couldn't stop Hiroshima. They couldn't even stop Pompeii. All that stuff happening. And then now they're having to come out of hiding to fight against the dark realm, evil, whatever those beings, that dog thing that came out of the water that Richard Madden missed when he shot his lasers at it. Because he did. And they said that he's basically going to be their Superman of the group.
Yeah.
And Kit Harington, Jon Snow, he's supposed to be a character called the Black Knight. Is his character. And it's he didn't have any powers in the trailer unless he gets them towards the end.
Yeah.
But he's a good actor all around. They said he's going to become one of the more important ones throughout the next 10 years of Marvel.
Okay.
Of how Captain America and Iron Man, they said apparently Black Knight's going to be on that level.
Yeah.
And he may not be the leader because if if you get him and Shang-Chi and all these older Avengers, because people have been talking, Iron Man's dead, Cap's basically dead, Black Widow's been dead. Who is the new leader? It can't be Captain Marvel. It's got to be Doctor Strange.
It's looking like Bruce Banner.
Yeah. Well, it's because he's one of the OGs. Yeah. Him, Hawkeye, and Thor. Yeah. And Thor's not there half the time, So it's Hawkeye.
Thor's loving some thunder.
Yeah. And Hawkeye, I feel wouldn't even want to be the leader. Banner, he would just take it
he's about
himself.
To get phased out, too. So.
Oh, yeah. And then Banner's got She-Hulk, and it's
It looks like all of the originals are getting phased out. Banner's getting old. You can tell Hawkeye's getting old. He's getting deaf.
Thor.
I don't know about Thor.
He would probably stay. He would be that guy to like grow his hair out really long and stay there in a cave or something. Or like the Hulk thing where he grew up when in them comic books that Hulk had long gray hair and a gray beard. That'd be awesome to see like old Hulk. But yeah, it's interesting to see what's going to happen here in the future of Marvel. Always interesting to see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
That it's September. I mean, we're already well over halfway done with 2021 already, and I mean we already have 2 movies, the second half of What If, and 1 more series to premiere, and that's it.
Yeah.
So 1.5 series and 2 movies. So
it's a lot to be excited for.
I know. So I think that with all that being said, I think we're going to end it on that note then.
All right.
So, John, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll see you again on the next episode in the future.
Hope so.
As always, please rate and subscribe. And if you're listening on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. And click that bell to get notified when new videos are uploaded. And make sure you follow the Toddcast only on Instagram at _Toddcast_ for all your Toddcast social media needs. Make sure you tell your friends and your family or anybody really to give it a listen. And thank all of you for listening to this episode. And if you want to know what's going to happen next week, well, I guess you're just going to have to tune in to find out. Only on the Toddcast.